The skills possessed by Navy SEALs are legendary, and so is the difficulty of their training. But in the past 6 months, when 2 trainees died within hours of quitting the program, there were questions about whether the Navy is doing enough to support the 80% of young men who don't make it, for many of them ending a lifelong dream. With our partners at the Virginia Pilot, our senior investigative correspondent Cynthia McFadden has an exclusive interview with a heartbroken father making a plea to the Navy.
To join the elite corps of Navy SEALs, you have to agree to be pushed to the limit.
I know I told you guys to keep your hands off your knees and thighs, didn't I?
Maybe beyond it.
You go to the left.
Hell Week is just part of the grueling 6-month program in Coronado, California. So physically and emotionally demanding that 80% of those who start don't finish. Last month, Daniel Del Bianco was one of them. Just 7 hours after quitting the training, he killed himself, jumping off the roof of this 22-story hotel. His father, Steve, says the Navy failed his son.
The fault was that in the hours when he was most vulnerable, without any sleep for over 50 hours, that he was left alone unsupervised and was actually allowed to leave the SEAL training compound on his own.
Let's go! Let's go!
So, is the Navy doing enough to protect the 4 out of 5 trainees every year who fail to achieve what for many is a lifelong dream? And that's more than 800 young men annually.
Your whole identity is wrapped around something that you thought you were, and now someone's telling you not.
Last fall, authorities say another trainee, Kaplan Weir, got in his truck drunk within hours of quitting. He crashed and died. Weir's mother says the Navy should never have left him alone. And while very few die, former SEALs admit many are broken.
The Navy quit on me, I didn't quit on the Navy, you know.
Kevin Haymeyer, seen here during his Hell Week training, passed out 3 times in 24 hours, while his group marched with a 300-pound inflatable boat on their heads. He desperately wanted to go on.
I didn't want to quit. I knew it was either going to be injury or death.
That's how much you wanted to be a SEAL?
Yes, yes.
But Navy medics pulled the plug, and he contemplated suicide.
You have this utter hopelessness, and you feel like you let everyone down.
Steve Del Bianco went to the Navy urging them to change. And the Navy now tells NBC News they will change. Students who dropped from training are now supervised by a staff member for a 24-hour recovery period. In that period, each sailor will be escorted at all times, and the required medical assessment now includes a mental status check. The Del Bianco family says they hope no other family will go through what they have.
Danny would be alive today if the new student recovery procedures were available when Danny was in Hell Week.